Hello everybody and welcome back. I recently put out a community post on YouTube asking viewers if they wanted to see how I use my home canned ingredients in recipes. And there was a positive response. People thought it was a good idea and would like some ideas. Now, granted, as you've seen in the title of this video, this is spaghetti sauce. Now, a family member of mine, I just spoke to them on the phone, said, oh, can we have spaghetti and meat sauce for dinner? And I had to think for a moment, oh, do I have any frozen tubes of ground beef? Hello, I have home canned beef. So yes, absolutely, that's what I'm going to do. Not only do I have home canned beef, on the left here, we have home canned, recanned diced tomatoes. I'll leave an iCard above to that video. Beside it, we have recanned tomato sauce, and I'll leave an iCard to that video as well. We have home canned ground beef, and we have home canned celery, and I will also leave iCards to those videos. So let's bring you around to the other counter and show you what we have. So here I have onions, garlic, green pepper, and red pepper. So the first thing I'm going to do is put olive oil in my pan here. I'll turn on the element, and in a couple of minutes I'm going to toss the onions, garlic, and peppers into this pan. So let's begin to add our ingredients. I'm going to add the onions in. And the peppers. I'm going to add the garlic in a few minutes. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is swing you around, and we're going to start opening up the jars and taking a look at the ingredients inside the jars. Okay, I thought I had the camera on when I opened it up, but anyway. So here are the diced tomatoes. When I canned these diced tomatoes, I was concerned as to whether they would hold their form or not. And they held their form quite well. Okay, let me get a spoon. Okay, see? These diced tomatoes have held their form, and I'm quite satisfied with the result. Let's open up the recanned tomato sauce. Again, this is what it looks like. I'm very satisfied with this. Let's open up our home canned ground beef. Now I used the dry method when I did this. I did not add any broth when I canned this ground beef. Here's a close look at this. Okay, now granted, canning ground beef does change the texture, but you know what? We're okay with that in this household. I may not use all of that. Okay, now here is my canned celery. I pressure canned this, and I did a video response to Heather the Needy Homesteader. Okay, I have no regrets. I love this. I will drain the fluid in this, but if I were making soup, I would add the fluid to the soup. So as you see, the element I am using is a little large. I realize that, okay, because I want to use the other element for boiling water. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm going to add the garlic now, okay? Let's add our ground beef to the mix here. Now, I'm left-handed. That works in this situation. I think that's all the meat I'm going to use. I am going to add my diced tomatoes. My tomato sauce. I'm going to begin to add my spices. I'm going to start by adding 1 generous spoonful of jarred pesto. Now, while I did already add onion, I'm going to add more onion because we love it. This is crushed red onions, and it's dehydrated onion. While we already added pesto, I'm going to add more basil because I love basil. Let's add some oregano. Let's add some salt, some black pepper. One item that I like to add to spaghetti sauce is chili flakes. So that's what I'm going to do now. Maybe a bit more. While I already added garlic by way of fresh chopped garlic, I am going to add some garlic powder. Now, I prefer granulated garlic to garlic powder. However, I wasn't able to find it when I purchased this garlic powder. Let's give this a stir. I'm going to cover it, let it simmer, and I'll bring you back when we add our celery. I'm going to add in my celery. And what the heck, let's just add in the rest of the meat. I wasn't going to add it all, but I've had a change of heart. There. Let's stir it in. You see the celery has held its form. What else do we have here? Yeah. Diced tomatoes have held their form. And the ground beef. I'm gonna have a taste. This is really good. And as for the texture of the ground beef, fantastic. Okay, so here we are. It's all served up. I'm going to put some cheese, some Parmesan cheese on it. And of course, you know, this is just Kraft. I'm happy with Kraft. Let's give this a taste. This sauce is really delicious. So if you have home canned ingredients in your pantry, you have options. Because tonight I had an option. I didn't have any frozen ground beef that I could take out of the freezer, but I had home canned beef and a plethora of other ingredients to make this delicious sauce. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.